years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
What's going on? What's going on? We live, man. Hey, man. Oh, that was a weak little clap, man. I gotta. As you can see, I'm on the road, man. I am on the road. Hey, man. I wish I could play home games all the time, but I am on the road right now, and we still gonna make it work. We still gonna make it happen. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure to clock in. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification. My guy Severe is also here, man. What's going on, Severe, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? This guy Pharaoh is he's in witness protection program today, man. He's not Pharaoh, and he's Sultan NFL today.
Hey, was crazy. Severe wasn't saying nothing behind the backstage. He was waiting to say that joke, man. He was waiting to say that joke. This dude's ruthless, man. He was waiting to say, he was saving that right there. But nah, man. But yeah, hey, man, we have a great show to talk about today, man. Obviously, Devonte Adams and his future is the comments he made recently at his youth camp. Obviously, first day of OTAs today. Man, we got a lot to talk about, and we got a big announcement too. We got a big announcement. But let's head over to the night crew, man. The night crew is in the building. They pulling up. They know what it is, man. Let's go. Let's see what we got here, man. We got people pulling up left and right, man. Let's see here. We got, man, my guy 2 Cents. I gotta make this bigger for the people to see, man. Hold on one second, man. This is a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why it does this, but we gonna make it work, man. 2 Cents, salute Raider Nation, man. Appreciate you coming through. The King of Mods is in the building, man. Daniel Kim is in the building. I'm gonna let y'all know, man. This guy is the King of Mods. Hey, man, y'all need to take notes, man. Daniel Kim is in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. If I had my sound effect in front of me, I'd be doing all types of crazy sound effects, man. But let me get into the chat real quick. Hold on one second. Let me get to, because I know I'm missing a whole lot of comments here. We got Raider Paul in the building pulling up, man. Appreciate you, Raider Paul. Hey, my guy Digital Prez, man. This guy, the man of many talents, man. One of the best IGs out there, editors, social media directors. Man, you name it, you got it, man. He's over there with the Rush podcast, man. Salute to him, putting in work, man. So, Man, my guy Raider Resistance, man, putting in work, man. I appreciate you. And we actually gonna play something off his channel as well. So just stay tuned, stay tuned. SoCal Sal in the building, man. Salute Fair on Severe, man. Appreciate you coming through. Man, we gonna get into it, man. Hold on one second. Go ahead and pull this up here 1 second. Let me pull this up, man. But Severe, man. Let's just talk. Let's have a normal conversation like we usually do, man. This is the night crew here. Hey, like I said, make sure to clock in and hit that like button before you come into this domain that we call the PharoahNFL channel, and obviously the Severe Raiders channel too as well. Cause man, we like doing this. We're gonna keep coming back and doing this, but you got to make sure you hit that like button. But Severe, man, what do you think about the comments by Devonte Adams talking about how if he was gonna be gone, he would have been gone. He's here to stay and da da da. Like, do you buy in? Do you believe what he's saying?
Man, I kind of think he wouldn't say otherwise. You feel me? He wouldn't say otherwise. At the end of the day, Devonte Adams, he's like most NFL players, where unless you're a franchise quarterback, at one point in time, you become expendable. And even if you are a franchise quarterback, right? We all know the Patriots tried to trade Brady at one point. So unless you're a franchise quarterback, you essentially have no say in where you go. So if he's going to be here, then of course he's going to say that. But it seems like this is a recurring thing. Like last year we did the same song and dance where people were speculating whether or not Devonte wanted to be here. Throughout all of last year, kind of the same thing, speculating whether or not he wanted to be here. So I think he kind of has to do this annual thing where he lays those rumors to rest. He laid everything to rest, so maybe now we can move forward and not have to deal with this speculation.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's classic Devonte. He's obviously sometimes he wants drama because sometimes he'll make some comments where he'll bring some attention to him, but then you could tell Devonte when he speaks, everybody's listening. So he knows how to carry himself, and I think just one of those situations, he just said all the right things. But before I even get into that, man, where are my manners, man? My guy Raider Smoke 89, man. What a super chat, man. I appreciate you. I got a little something for y'all, man. Even though I'm on the road, he says, "Let's effing go Raiders! Almost draft time, fellas." Yeah, facts, man. It's less than what 10 days, 10 days or less right now. So this is the clock is moving right now, man. So man, we can't wait, man. Like at the end of the day, it's gonna be something that we can talk about what players can go where, but at the end of the day, like we don't nail it. Severe, are you frozen? I think you're good. You good.
My shit dropped out.
Can you hear me? All right, I think we lost Severe, man. It's all good. But yeah, no, as I was saying, man, look, at the end of the day, man, I think that we can talk about what players where, and yeah, Severe back on. We could talk about what. Can you hear me?
My shit dropped out. I don't know what happened. Yeah, my shit dropped out.
All good. Now I was just saying, man, we could talk about what players will go to what teams. At the end of the day, like we won't know until draft time, and we can't wait as well as everybody else. So we kind of know what that first pick is going to look like. But to be honest with you, anything could happen at 2, 3, 4. With all these, you got the Vikings, adding some trade assets, and they're going to try to trade up. The Raiders are looking to trade up. So who knows, man? But my guy Space Beast, man, appreciate you. What another super chat. He said, "Ooh wee, when that groove hits." I think he might be talking about the intro. My guy Space Beast, man, appreciate you. Appreciate the super chat, my guy.
When the Oakland, California sign come up, you know what time it is.
Hey man, you already know. Man, look. If I was, I'm on the road right now, and my guy Protect the Shield, by the way, pulled up, man. 50-50 time. Let's get it. My guy Protect the Shield podcast. We gonna get him on here soon, man. Hey, the guy makes fire content. Make sure to go over and like his videos and subscribe. Man, we got people. Drew Dizzo in the building, man. Yo, salutations, my guy, man. Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, going back to Devonte Adams, man. At the end of the day, money talks. And Devonte right now is saying all the right things, which he's probably going to stay another year with the Raiders. But when that 2025 season comes up, I've said it time and time again. There's a $44 million cap hit with Devonte Adams, meaning that Tom Telesco, a guy that inherited a Devonte Adams, is probably going to want to renegotiate so he can, build this roster as he sees fits. So I'm just saying, if Devonte doesn't want to renegotiate, just being honest, then you can see how his days might be numbered. But yeah, man, hey, look, I do want Devonte to stay a Raider, but I'm also a realist at the same time. If come on, let's be honest. Like if he's going to get paid $44 million or have a $44 million cap hit next year in 2025, make it make sense. Like it's not going to make sense, especially if you're trying to build a winning program out here out in Vegas with the Raiders. So we'll see how it shakes out. But was there anything that you got from the quick little interview that he had at the youth camp that he held this past weekend?
I mean, that was the main thing. He seems to be happy with Antonio Pierce as head coach, as we kind of knew. So, I think that, him being happy with the situation that he's in, him being happy with who he has as head coach, I think that kind of incentivizes him to, when it comes time to do that restructure, it comes time to, hey, maybe he needs to take a little bit of haircut so he's not making that much money. He might be more inclined to do so, especially, being a lifelong Raiders fan, being on the West Coast, closer to his family. I think all those things kind of add up, right? You're checking all those boxes, and if the team remains competitive like it was down the stretch, that's even more reason for him to want to stay, in this uniform and be part of what he said he wanted to be. When he came over here, he said he wanted to help turn this thing around, and maybe he wants to keep on that track. So when it's time and Antonio knock at his door, like, hey, you know what? This is what our cap situation is. Maybe he's more willing to make some moves to help the team.
Yeah, and I'm just putting out in the universe because we see it happen all the time, man. When at the end of the day, players, they're gonna look out for themselves, just like teams are gonna look out for themselves. So we're just being realistic. Hey, I've implied in the past, like, look, this is the highest Devontae's value is gonna be. We can actually get a first round. There's a way to get that first round pick for Devonte Adams, but the Raiders are not going to do that. They're going to keep him. It is what it is. He is a leader in that locker room, so you could take that for whatever that's worth, because it does mean a lot, especially if you're trying to have a winning team. So you got to have like good, strong leaders in the locker room, and if you trade away guys like Devonte, what kind of message are you sending? There's that part of it too, But the NFL is a business, though. Let's keep it real. But my guy Yaya in the building, man. Hey, just when the day was turning 50-50, he's here to save it. Hey, man, appreciate you, man. That means a lot, man. Appreciate you tuning in. But let's actually get to the big announcement. I think Real Talk Raider Nation is in the building. He's also a part of this as well. Let me see. I'm having trouble pulling up the chat real quick, so I'm gonna move this to the side. But we got a big announcement, man. And the announcement, if you put two and two together, it's the draft, man. We're gonna be live in Vegas, man. It's gonna be a live draft party, April 25th to the 26th at the Ahern Hotel. Be there or be square, man. Hey, look, it's gonna be a fun event. It's gonna be free admission, free parking. Doors are going to be open at 3 p.m. It's going to be DJ music, giveaways, food, drink, and food and drink specials, VIP specials, a 50-50 raffle. You know what I mean? Hey, hey, look,
Shouts out.
Yeah, plenty more activities including live coverage of the event in person. So we'll be able to chill, have a good time. It's going to be an event that's open to all NFL fans, but you know what it is, man. It's Raider Nation all day, every day, man. So I'm gonna put up the flyer for y'all to see right here, so you can see this is a real thing. Shout out to Real Talk Raider Nation. He was able to put this thing together, and we were able to collab with him. You can see it on here. Free giveaways, VIP packages, all that good stuff, man. It's gonna be in Vegas, 300W Sahara Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89102. So I know it's less than 2 weeks to go, but hey, man, it's For some people, it might be a little plane ticket away. Vegas. You
Hey,
could two birds, one stone, man. Like you can watch the draft. If you like that casino lifestyle, like you can have a good time there. You already know Vegas is where it's at. So it's gonna be a fun opportunity to have a good time with Raider Nation and just NFL fans all over. So make sure to pull up. It's a free event, man. Free parking too. You can't beat that. And I'm actually gonna, what I'm feeling like. I'm gonna give y'all a sneak preview into what this event looks like, man. So what this space looks like, because we ain't lying to you when we tell you that it's actually a pretty dope spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the screen for everybody to see. You can see, man. Look at this, man. This is a dope little venue.
yes.
Seating area. The space is limited. I'll say that the space is limited. So you want to be a first come, first serve. But at the end of the day, so RSVP, all that good stuff on Eventbrite. So you want to do that. Severe, is there anything that I'm leaving out? I'm trying to remember here. If there's anything I'm leaving out. But
Nah, man. I think you pretty much got all of it there, man. Hey, come out, kick it with your boys, man. See how we get down live and in person, man. Y'all can shout your super chats, at us from the crowd, man. Just throw money at us in your comments.
Hey, don't do that, man. That's disrespectful. We're talking about
$2. Salute to 50-50. On the stage, man. You feel me?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Nah, but it's gonna be a great event, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be in person, live. I know we do the chats, we do the live shows and stuff like that, but it'll be fun to see people that watch us live on the show. And just chilling with other Raider fans, man, having a good time, man. Like I said, it's gonna be food, drinks, all that good stuff, man. And yeah, just if you can, plan for it, make it out. And if there's anybody in Vegas too, you might as well. Like, hey, man, just come through.
Hey, free parking, free admission. I mean, what more can you want? What more can you want? I'm gonna be there. I mean, damn, you got it all. You got it all.
Yeah, this dude right here, man. But look, man, we're gonna move it on, man. We're gonna move on, man. There's we got to get into this, man. We do it all every week. It's flag on the play, man. Like, man.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
No Diddy, man. No Diddy, man. He's giving them the business. But but really though, man, look, at the end of the day, man, flag on the play this week is Tom Brady. Tom Brady was able to make the cut. I think he's made it. He's been on this flag on the play a few times. We say a couple times at least. Maybe one other time.
This at least the second time.
So the other day, there's like this guy on social media that cuts hair and interviews people. And one of the people that he was cutting hair, he has a big social media platform, was Tom Brady. And he asked him if he would come out of retirement. I'm going to say less. I'm going to go ahead and play the video. And y'all let me know what y'all think.
Let's say one day there's a situation, right? Maybe it's the 49ers, maybe, heading to the playoffs. Offense is great.
Patriots,
somebody,
Raiders,
look,
could be, you never know.
God forbid somebody goes down. Would you pick up that phone?
I'm not opposed to it. If they would, I don't know if they're going to let me if I become an owner in an NFL team, but I don't know if, I don't know. I'm always going to be in good shape, always be able to throw the ball. So to come in for a little bit, like MJ coming back, I don't know if they let me, but I would.
That's a flag, man. Stay your ass away from the Raiders, man. I'm just gonna keep it real. Just stay away from the Raiders, man. When he had to mention the Raiders, I was just like, come on, man. I don't want you to come back and try to recapture what you did earlier in career. We all know Tom Brady, his legacy cemented. But when I heard him throw the Raiders name out there, I was like, nah, that's a flag, man. Don't stay away from the Raiders. We don't want Tom Brady to come back to play for the Raiders because he's not gonna be. We've seen it time and time again. Father Time is undefeated, and especially players. I would say players in the NFL when they take some time off from playing the game, there is a drop off in play. Like even guys who are young enough, like like Deshaun Watson, like we've seen how like he was a superstar MVP caliber type player, and then he comes back, he looks like a shell of himself. But what were your thoughts on the clip, man?
First off, man, I want to say I'd throw a flag on my internet connection, bro, because this thing is crazy right now, bro. Looks like I'm underwater right now. But I'll say this, man. Tom Brady, he must hate Josh McDaniels with a passion because he
Right.
had an opportunity to come to the Raiders and probably save that man's job and his career, and he said no. And now
Right.
that Josh McDaniels is gone, he's like, you know what? I might go to the Raiders. Like that. I mean, that kind of tells you probably all you need to know about Josh McDaniels as a person right there. If the one guy that probably could have thrown him a lifeline and helped him out was unwilling to do so, and now that he's gone, he's saying he might be willing to come to the Raiders. So yeah, man, it is crazy.
Yeah, man. I that huge flag on the play, man. But it is what it is, man. But moving on, man. Look, we make sure to clock in if you're just joining us. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. We're going live on both our channels, so you want to make sure you're subscribed to both our channels as well as hitting that like button. But yeah, that was the flag on the play this week, man. We do this every week, so. And you know what? I'm gonna give y'all an opportunity to also contribute to the team because, man, we wouldn't be able to do this without the support that you guys give us. If you guys find a flag on a play, send it over. Send it over to either Severe or myself on social media. We're on IG. We're on Twitter. So if you guys see a flag on the play, meaning anything that you see that, like, man. It's definitely something that you don't agree with or should be talked about and needs to be talked about on the show. You can hit us up. You can send us a video. That being said, man, we got another suit. I'm having trouble with the comments, so bear with me. I'm going to pull up. We got my guy Raider Smoke. He's doing it again, man. He's doing it again. My guy.
You got to move the flag on the play.
I think it's cleared up a little bit. On my end, it's showing it's cleared up, but he says Severe, what in the 2006 Metro PCS Razor phone? Damn.
Hey, man.
I
was pulling. Man. I was pulling. I had the Razor and the sidekick. Pulling, brother. Don't get it twisted.
Man, hey, man. Severe, man. He's trying, man. He's trying to get it. I'm trying to make it work. Hold on,
had more aim than Steph Curry. You feel me? You gotta move the flag. Yeah, you couldn't see it. You have to move the flag on the play. You couldn't see the chat.
Oh yeah, my bad. Let me go ahead and because I'm having issues putting people's stuff in here. I mean the chat on here. Just bear with me 1 second because the chat is going crazy. But today was the first day of OTAs.
Yes.
First day for Antonio Pierce, the team, to really kind of start that grind, man, that off-season grind until the next season, man. Like, any thoughts on that, man, as far as because from what I was hearing, it was a huge show out from the players compared to recent years, which is a good sign. People, players are fully bought in. It seems like. So, what were your early thoughts on the first day of OTAs?
Yeah, man, it's really like the official start of football, right? It's really like the kickoff to the new season. And these are voluntary OTAs, but I heard, like it was a great turnout, and I heard like pretty much like just about the entire offseason, there were like 50 guys that were here working out just about every day. So that was great to hear. We got to see Coach AP. He had a heck of a speech to the players, and basically his message was get better. To everybody, get better. Every day, get better, and I think that's a message. He took a team that was below 500 and he led them to an above 500 record. Was on the doorstep of the playoffs. We got to hear from some of the leaders on the team. We got to hear from Spillane, hear from Max. Hear from IJ James and hear from Aiden O'Connell. So I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. That kind of got the adrenaline going. And next up we got the draft, and I think that's gonna be a big thing too.
Right, facts. Real talk, Raider Nation, man. Salute my guy. He's gonna be there in Vegas when we go live for the draft party. And he says Telesco called me. He says Fuaga gonna be a Raider at 13. He's calling his shot. He's calling his shot already, man. He thinks Fuaga is going to be that guy at 13 for the Raiders. I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, the Raiders did have an offensive, finally had an offensive line pickup today. Cody Whitehair, offensive guard, a guy that's familiar with Luke Getsy, was finally they made a move at offensive line. I was wondering, like, when are they going to do this? Like, they're literally the depth chart right now is terrible when it comes to that right side of the O-line, but they were able to get a guard that Luke Getsy's familiar with. They still need to probably going to still have to add some players through the draft as well. But my guy Real Talk is saying that Fuaga's going to be the guy at 13, man. What you thinking about that, Severe?
Yeah, I think he's tripping, man. I think, brother, that is, he gonna have to change his name to False Talk after that one. Cause,
False Talk, Raider Nation.
I just don't see. I mean, I know a lot of people in Raider Nation like Fuaga as a prospect. I personally like him, but I don't think he's a tackle in the NFL. I think he's a guard, and if you're going to draft a guard at 13, he better be Quentin Nelson levels of dominant, and I just don't see that out of Fuaga. You know, this team at 13, if we stay at 13, there's a chance we can move up. But if we stay at 13, you know, you already know who I want at 13. It's two guys I'm willing to take at 13. You know, if we don't take Michael Penix Jr., I'm taking Quentin Mitchell. And then there's plenty of prospects we can take at tackle in the second round. So, you know, Fuaga, I know a lot of people like Fuaga. I just can't see it at 13.
Man, we got another super chat. My guy Leo in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Leo, he says, "What's going on, Leo?"
What's going on, brother? Hey, he says, love what AP is doing. Got them boys showed up for voluntary camp, and what he said about it. Gotta love it to be here. That's my coach AP, man. Hey, Raider Nation is fully behind Antonio Pierce. That's one thing that you can't question right now. So right now, it's Antonio Pierce. It's the ball's in his court. Like he gotta put a team, a game plan, a plan for this team. Man, but it starts at the draft, in my opinion. If they're able to get a quarterback, man, the excitement with this team, along with that defense, man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But like Real Talk was talking about earlier, there's a good chance that everything that we're hearing about the Raiders trading up and the Raiders picking a quarterback at 13 and getting the quarterback early, it's all smoke. It's all smoke, and they end up getting the best player available on the board. I know you're big on the corners early on, specifically Kenyon Mitchell, and then obviously O-line is something that we can definitely go after at that spot. So we'll see how it shakes out, man. Appreciate the super chat, Leo.
Yeah, I will say this: the betting favorite player to be picked at 13 by the Raiders is, guess who?
To be picked at number 2?
No, to be picked at 13 by the Raiders. Who does Vegas have their money on? The Raiders picking at 13.
Does his name rhyme with Linux?
It indeed does. It indeed does. So, and these people out here, these people that's betting money, you know, they're these casinos that they're not dumb. You know, they're not dumb. So if he's a betting favorite, generally that's based on some kind of information. You know, a lot of people have people inside the organization, or they have sources close to the team that kind of have some insight into what the team is thinking. So if he's a betting favorite, and it might be some rumblings there and Henderson, you know, that saying Michael Penix could be the guy.
Yeah, man. And you know what? We got people pulling up, man. Since you guys weren't here when we made a huge announcement, we were letting everybody know that we are going to be live in Vegas. It's going to be at the Ahern Hotel. And also, I want to say salute to our guy, John, at the Ahern Hotel. I forgot to mention his name as well. He's one of the guys that's spearheading this whole event, as well as my guy, Real Talk Raider Nation. And he was able to get together, and we were able to make this happen. It's going to be a live draft party in Vegas, the 25th and the 26th, guaranteed, free admission. It's going to be drinks, food, all that good stuff. It's limited spacing, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen so everybody can see. For people who weren't able to see it, let me just go ahead and put it on the screen here. You can see it. It's going to be live football draft party at the Ahern Hotel, free giveaways, VIP packages. Like I said, drinking food specials, it's free admission. So it's not like you guys got to pay to get in, and everybody loves this, bro. Free parking. You know what I mean? So make sure
Man.
to RSVP on Eventbrite. But like I said, first come, first serve. You can see it. It's gonna be live in Vegas. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be all types of NFL fans there, but most importantly, man, we want to get Raider fans in there, man. We gotta show out, man. Vegas is a Raider town. Vegas has to be a Raider town, and for it to be a Raider town, you guys got to show up and support. So make sure to come through, and I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak preview that I gave everybody earlier, man. Just check it out real quick. Let me go ahead and move this out the way so y'all can see. Man, dope spot. Plenty of space here. Look, as you can see. But like I said, it's gonna be limited in the fact that, like, hey, there is gonna be a point where not everybody can come in. I already know it's gonna be a packed house, but you want to make sure you RSVP through Eventbrite. I'm trying to think is there anything I'm leaving out for this live draft party, Severe?
Nah, man. Like you said, just make sure you RSVP on Eventbrite, man. That is the best way to make sure you have your spot there. It is limited capacity. It is a very spacious area, but as you said, it's limited capacity, man. So once we reach that limit, unfortunately, we won't be able to let anybody else in. So make sure you RSVP.
No doubt, man. We got another super chat, man. My guy Raider Smoke 89, man. Appreciate you, my guy. You always supporting he says, with the Raiders meeting with later round players and then them signing an old lineman today, you think they're showing that they'll get a QB and trade up? I mean, it's possible, but do you think Cody Whitehair is a needle mover? Like, do you think that he's a guy like, oh yeah, we're good? I don't think so. I think it's just more of like the team is trying to build depth at that spot. That guard position was, man, every team was throwing money at that position early on. I think the Raiders like, nah, we're not gonna be part of this, free for all when it comes to paying these guards all that money. So they kind of waited until the price was right, got a Lou Getsy guy, in my opinion, and they're going to go from there. But I don't think it stops them from drafting a top offensive lineman early on in the draft, whether it's guard or tackle. I would say tackle would probably be a betting favorite maybe in the first round or second round. And then I'll say with offensive guard, maybe between second and fourth rounds. Those are the sweet spots, I would say, for a guard.
Yeah, I mean, I feel similarly. I think this is a guy that knows the system. He's kind of there to kind of help, teach those guys the system that Getsy is going to be running. He also offers depth at not only guard but at center as well. We had the one guy that we let go. I'm going to destroy his name. I think it's Haranis Grasu. So he was basically our backup center previously, and Parham. But with Meredith there, with Whitehair there, with Parham there, we have three guys who can kind of be versatile at the guard spots and at the center spot as well between Whitehair and Parham. So I think that's solid depth. Now, if we get a very good prospect that's available to us at guard in the second round or the third round, I think we'll take them. But I definitely think in the first round we were taking a blue chip prospect, and I think we're going to take that quarterback that we've been wanting and needing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't argue with you because, like, at the end of the day, that's what I really want that to happen. I really want the Raiders to draft a QB, but man, like, it's gonna be tough, man, because like I said, it's gonna be quarterback. There's gonna be other teams that want quarterbacks as well, and they're gonna have a lot. They're gonna have ammunition as well, and they're gonna raise the price. And I posed this question to you before. It's like, is there a price in the Raiders' mind that is gonna be too high to draft to number 2, 3, 4, wherever they need to draft to get a QB? Is their price too high in their mind? So, and if there is, then that means there's a possible chance the Raiders have to go best player available, which is not a bad thing. Like, people mention like corner, offensive tackle. Those are huge positions of need. So yeah, we can go get quarterback, but we also can get other positions as well. But I'm a little biased because I want the quarterback position. I do. You know what I mean? Because the excitement with the team, on top of like the team kind of like really becoming more of a defensive team. Now you add a young QB to that offense. It's gonna add a lot of excitement. And man, we'll see. We'll see. Like we said, man. Like at the end of the day, we don't know what's gonna happen exactly. That's why we can't wait for the draft. You want to make sure that you're there live, man, while we talk about who. Because at the end of the day, like you know what's real is like when it gets really close, you kind of have a feel of what's gonna happen too. You know, like right now, we can talk about it a little bit. We can say, oh, this player can go here. But when it gets really close, meaning like I would say that last week before the draft, with the mock drafts, you start hearing some like the Daniel Jeremiah's predicting the trade up. I remember you mentioned this before. He predicted the trade up, I believe, last year to where Houston Texans, when they traded up and got CJ Stroud. So maybe we need to pay attention to that last week and see what people are saying around the NFL when it comes to what players go where.
Facts. Yeah, man. It's the Raiders are always good for a surprise or two, man. Under previous regimes, I think Cleveland Pharaoh was a bit of a surprise. Leatherwood was a hell of a surprise. Damon Arnett was the biggest surprise of all time, in my opinion. So I think previous regimes have been good for a surprise. I'm just looking for something. Hey, you know what? Just hit a double, right? Don't try to do something crazy. Don't swing for the fences. Try to hit a home run. If the trade isn't there to be made, don't try to force it. If Penix is on the board at 13, hey, bro, just turn your card in. You got your quarterback of the future.
Right. But let's move it along, man. Hey, my guy's Daniel Kim is saying that we need to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to clock in. The night crew needs to clock in, so we need y'all to clock in, hit that like button, subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. We're going live on both our channels, so you want to make sure you like both videos, subscribe to both channels, so you'll be notified when we go live or drop new content. But yeah, make sure to hit the like button, man. It's the least y'all can do, man. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody coming through and watching this. But just make sure to hit that like button just to show some support, man. So we appreciate it. Now, let's move it along, man. Like, it's that time, man. Notable quotables. These are quotes that we find that are interesting and that we want to talk about. And one of the quotes was from one of the biggest free agent signings this offseason. And it was your guy, Christian Wilkins, who had a recent podcast interview. If you want to let the people know what the clip is about.
Yeah, man. So as we all know, his first year coming out of Clemson, Christian Wilkins struggled mightily. And basically he was asked, what kind of helped him turn the corner from being that rookie that struggled into being, one of the best defensive tackles in the league. And this was the answer he gave.
All right, so let me go ahead and put this on the screen.
Early, either it's going to make you or break you, and you got to make the decision like how you want this to turn out. And even now, to this day, even a guy having success in this league, I still make that decision every day. Every day I wake up, every day I, carry out with my process and make the decisions to be so routine and disciplined and to make all the sacrifices I do. You make that decision every day. Like, all right, do I want to be as great as I possibly can? So like, that was just kind of like my mindset always. And, I just kept grinding, just kept, my head down, kept working and just kept hammering away, until I was just able to just find some success. And it was definitely a slow, dreadful, like grueling process, just even, again, coming from Clemson in a system and a scheme where I could just, I was more athletic than everybody. I was able to just make a lot of plays and do a lot of things. And in some ways, I thought it was going to be a smooth transition. It was not. This is grown men I'm growing up against, like they technicians and all that too. So I really just had to find my way and what worked when you're faced with that adversity.
So that was Christian Wilkins on a recent podcast interview that he had, and just hearing the comments, man, you could tell like the dude had a lot of growth in his career. Like he put in a lot of work, and for him to be honest, he was transparent, saying like how he struggled And one of the guys that gave him trouble, which, obviously it's not necessarily a bad thing because he's the top offensive guard in football, one of the top offensive linemen in football, and Zach Martin, who made him question if he should be playing in the NFL. He went on to say, but he also went on to say, like, hey, this year he circled the Cowboys on the schedule and was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my get back, and he was able to compete a little bit better than he did as a rookie. But that's good to hear, man. We got a guy that's a hard worker, that cares about being a great player, that cares about playing. That's the type of people that you want in the locker room. You can see why the Raiders kind of went out and paid a lot of money for him to come to the Raiders.
Exactly. And he has a story to tell. And we had a rookie who last year kind of had some of those same issues, right? He's a guy who was extremely physically gifted. I'm sure he probably thought he'd be able to get by in the league on his physical gifts alone. And he learned very quickly that these are grown men that he's going up against, and these are dudes that have technique. And, a guy that's a technician, he can use those techniques and use that skill to outdo a guy who has more athleticism at times. So I think that he's going to be a good guy to get in Tyree's ear, because Tyree has all the ability in the world. He can be just about as good as he wants to be, but is he willing to put in that time and that effort and pay attention to those fine details and have that motor? And I think that's one of the things I think that turned the corner for Christian Wilkins. I think he had last year, or not the year before this, last year he had something like 90 some tackles at defensive tackle, which is insane. So to have that kind of motor from an interior defensive lineman, if you put that same kind of motor inside a guy like Tyree, I think he's going to be something out of this world. So I think he has two good mentors in Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. So hopefully that story can help be a testimony to a guy like Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you got to have more people like that just adds to the locker room. That's teachers for the younger players that come in. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, you can have you probably can have your coaches tell you how to do things, but then we have players who are experienced, who've been there, done that. And that's why you can see, like, maybe Antonio Pierce being a guy that a lot of players like, because he's been there, done that, been to the mountaintop, and players could really gravitate towards and be like, all right, you know what? If I put in the work, I'll be able to get to where I need to go. And you can see how they played their heart out the whole season until the end of the season with Antonio Pierce as head coach. Like, there was a difference in play. I know the defense kind of played well, like was one of the bright spots overall in the season, even when McDaniels was there. But, like, they went to another level when AP was the head coach. They went to a whole nother level. But and then you had a guy like this. It seemed like a high character guy. It's just, hey, man. That's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. I just want to see. I just can't wait. I can't wait till next season, man. That's all I got to say. But let's move it along, man. We got another notable quote, man. This is another clip that we put together. This one is on Rome Odunze, wide receiver from the Washington Huskies. It's a clip where he's talking about his quarterback, I believe. You want to go ahead and tell the people what it's about? I mean, I probably gave most of it, but
yeah, exactly. Now, man, as we all know, Oregon and Washington, they matched up multiple times, and it was a highly contested battle. Michael Penix and Bo Nix were both guys that were top of the Heisman race, and people thought that this game would be kind of the game that decided the Heisman. At one point, Oregon was leading. They were on the field, and they were up. The Washington Huskies defense was on the field. And I think in this moment, you need calmness and you need a steady hand from your leader. So while all this is going on, you could potentially lose a game, lose out on the Heisman, lose out on the opportunity to win a national championship game. This is what Michael Penix was doing on the sideline.
I need you to put an end to an urban legend, though.
Okay.
Was he really freestyling
100%.
During the game?
He was really freestyling in the game.
All right, it's the most important moment of the Oregon game.
Yeah.
I think y'all were down, too, right?
Yeah, we were down.
So who in the hell started the beat?
Probably J-Mac, probably Jalen McMillan. He was probably,
So Michael Penix Jr. is freestyling.
He was freestyling about us going to make the comeback. Like, it was crazy. Like, he was freestyling about what we were about to go do, and then we went and did it. Like, that was crazy that they caught it. Like it was.
You talking about? No, bro. He's on the sideline. You talking about somebody started?
Yes, and he's on the bench, like spitting, like about us about to go on. We about to be on the field in like a minute and a half. Like defense is on the field. Like it's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Wow.
Like that was before I made that. Like before he used me that catch. That was before that.
I need you to put an end to urban.
Man, the legend of Michael Penix continues. But yeah,
Yes.
no, that was a dope story, man. That's crazy for them to be down some points, and you're just cool, calm, and collected, and you just start rapping, and while you're rapping that about how they're gonna come back. Like that's crazy. That just makes the players around you believe in you, basically.
Right. And know why I put up that clip? Because I don't remember exactly what game it was. I want to say it was before the catch, and it was Joe Montana. You know, they're down, and you know they need a touchdown to win the game. And in the huddle, Joe Montana is like pointing out the celebrities in the audience. And that kind of reminded me of like when you have that kind of leader where you can show everybody like, you know what, the moment is not too big for me. In fact, I'm so unbothered that I'm focused on, like, I'm doing other stuff. I'm out here freestyling about what we about to go do. You know, I'm out here pointing out celebrities in the crowd. Like, you know, so when you have a leader like that, you know, like everybody believes in you, right? And then once they have that belief, you can do anything, right? You think you're invincible, so you know you feel that you're unstoppable. And when you have that when you're playing with that type of confidence, man, you can do some special things. And that's why, you know, he went there, and I keep saying it. He took a 4-8 team and took them to the national championship game.
Yeah, man, that's dope. You know what I mean? Injuries are still a huge concern. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, can he be that guy where he can buy some time? I know Severe hates me. He hates when I say this because he's always sending me clips of like, well, look at Penix doing this against USC. Look at Penix doing this against Texas, where the pass rush was after him. You know, obviously Texas had a really talented D line with their D tackles, which I understand. But I'm just like, hey, at the end of the day, I want the Raiders to get a guy that's going to be a franchise player. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, I just don't want to have any doubts yet. Yeah, it is from the Pivot Podcast. Yes. Ready to smoke it. It is from the Pivot Podcast. Make sure to check it out. Pivot, shout out to them, man. They really have some good stuff, good interviews on there. It's probably one of my favorite player podcasts, to be honest with you. But yeah, man. Hey, man, look, we see people in the building, man. Make sure to hit that. Make sure to clock in. Clock in, man. That's what we say on this channel, man. Make sure to clock in. If you're on the way out, man, make sure to clock out and just hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. And obviously, we're going live on Severe Raiders channel, so you want to make sure you do the same on his channel as well. Can y'all give me a shout out, man? I just got to double check, man, if there ain't no weird stuff that you're trying to. All right. Look, Lokitas, can y'all give me a shout? Hey, there you go, man. Lokitas, man, appreciate you coming through. Hey, I got you, Lokitas. You go ahead and hit that like button as well, man. Appreciate your support. Let's see. We got another super chat, man. My guy Raider Smoke 80. He's just doing all the right things today, man. Any events in the Bay in the future? Possibly, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll be open to that. I know Pharaoh's in the Bay Area. You know, I'm in LA, but hey, bro, hey, I'm always down to go to the motherland. You feel me? That's where Raider Nation was born, man. So I'm always down to go.
As you can see, man, like we are at the birthplaces and the pretty much the legendary cities of the Raiders, man. Like you got the Oakland Raiders, you got the LA Raiders, and now we trying to make a connection in Vegas. So make sure to come through in Vegas, live draft party, man. 25th on the 26th. I'm gonna be plugging it every chance that I get. So y'all better get used to that. And I want y'all to pull up, man. Hey, man, just like y'all pulling up to the chat, man. I want y'all to pull up to the live draft party at Ahern Hotel. And it's going to be me, Severe, my guy Real Talk Raider Nation, man. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be a great event. It's gonna be a live draft party, TVs everywhere, food, drinks, all that good stuff, man. Everything that a sports fan would want. My guy Daniel Kim says, nah, I'm watching the chat. No bots yet. No bots yet. All right, cool. Hey, this is the king of mods, so I'm a believe Daniel Kim, man. Before anything, I'm a leave. Man, the chat is just messing up. But let's actually move along, man. We got a what's real, what's not.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Yes,
move
sir.
this out of the way. Oh damn, I'm tripping right now, man. What's real, what's not, man. And I believe Severe. I don't know if you have it in front of you, man, because I'm having some issues on my end. But let's lead off with. Oh yeah, I got you. So what's real, what's not? A team. Now listen up, man, y'all. When we do what's real, what's not, I'm gonna say a statement, and you guys gotta react. Everybody in the chat, everybody watching, is this real or is it not? So the statement is a team will lose a game because of the hip drop tackle penalty. So there will be a game where it's gonna be close, and the team's gonna get penalized because of the hip drop tackle, and they're gonna lose a game. Is that real or is it not?
Man, not only do I think that's real, I think it could be multiple games. I think it could be multiple games where that penalty late in the game either puts the team in position to score a touchdown or puts the team in position to kick a field goal and win the game. So, and I think that as a result of it, this bold prediction, as a result of it, I think the competition committee will look at the rule next year and potentially change it back. Bold prediction.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen, man. So shout out to Raider Resistance, one of our guys, big supporters. We support him as well. He posted a clip from the Rush podcast. Make sure to check that out. It's Max Crosby's podcast. Really good. So it's a clip where they actually talk about the impact of the hip drop tackle. So I'm going to go ahead and share this on the screen and see if y'all can see it. Let me know. Can you see Severe?
Yep.
All right.
See, Max rocking the White Sox, man. That's a flag on the play right there, bro. It's a flag on the play, bro.
Hey, man, Severe over here just clowning. Oh, no.
Question, what are your thoughts on it?
Pass.
Why?
Okay, it's the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Catches the ball. Clock's expiring, or it's a big third down, whatever. Going near the end zone. You have to pull somebody back to prevent them from going in the end zone. You throw a flag and then put it on the one and let them run the ball in and win the game. Or he just made the greatest tackle to save them from scoring.
Yes.
How can you can't do that?
You better agree. Find the Seahawks and giving it to Marshawn.
Exactly.
No,
So that's my point. I don't like. I understand what they're doing because on the sideline and shit like that, but they need to be very selective when they call it. Because if it's not egregious, you can't just call that shit. Because the whole point of football is defense is to tackle them.
Yeah.
So if you ban a type of tackling, there's only so much you can do to control yourself. Especially if you're preventing someone from getting a first down or a touchdown. That's insane to me.
So the banning of the hip drop.
So yeah, there you have it, man. Rush podcast, man. Salute to them. That Max Crosby pretty much talking about how this can really impact really close games, and I agree too. I agree because I think there's gonna be like that beginning of the season where they're gonna be calling it a lot, and then they're gonna realize like, you know what, maybe let's calm down a little bit. Because I forgot which penalty there was like a new penalty. I forgot which penalty it was, but I remember they were just calling it like in the preseason, left and right, early in the season, and then they kind of had a little adjustment period, and eventually they kind of got used to calling it a little bit. And like Max said, like they're gonna have to figure out a way to call it the right way because you don't want it to ruin the game. Don't let it ruin the game. Like let it be. Like, let it be. I don't know. For me, I'm a fan of the game. I like watching football, but at the same time, like, you want it to be competitive, but you don't want the refs to decide the game. I just hate when that happens.
No, man, I completely agree, man. And it seems like they're trying to take all of the danger out of a dangerous sport. And you just can't remove danger from tackle football. You feel me? There's going to be people that get hurt.
Right.
So and they're trying. So I mean, I think somebody said it before. Like, if this is what you want, just put flags on their belts, man, and just turn this to flag football, because it's becoming a situation where defenders aren't allowed to barely make contact anymore, man, and it's becoming a slippery slope. So I just hope this doesn't become a thing where this costs multiple teams games, but I think that could be the case, man. And I agree. I don't. And you're right. There was a rule. I don't remember what rule it was, but there was a rule. But they were calling it. Was it? I can't remember what it was. But there was a rule where they were calling it a lot early in the season, and they kind of adjusted later on in the year. But when you have these kind of judgment calls, man, that's where there's a slippery slope, because then it's like, okay, according to this person's judgment, this is a hip drop tackle, but maybe according to another referees, it's not. So it's too much gray area for me.
Right. And Dan Kim says facts, Max. It got to be egregious. Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, yeah. I am on the road, man. So I'm trying to. I don't want the. I'm trying to do everything, but at the same time, I am on the road, so it's kind of like messing. Hopefully, it's not messing up the flow of the show, man. But yeah, I'm trying to remember that penalty. Maybe someone in the chat, man, let us know what penalty, like within the last few years or few seasons, where they introduced and they were trying to re-emphasize or emphasize.
Yeah, they're emphasizing it.
Right. And I just remember in preseason, they were calling it so many times, early in the season, calling so many times. And I think it got to a point where I think they kind of told them, like, all right, you know what, like, let's relax. we can't put this product on a football field. Like, yeah, we want to make money, but at the same time, like, this could cost us money. So, yeah, man. But, it is what it is, man. That was definitely a notable quotable, man. Shout out to Rush Podcast and Raider Resistance for posting that. But yeah, let's move along, man. We got another what's real, what's not, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the screen here. And the next one is actually this is gonna put a smile to Severe's face, man. It's gonna put a smile to Severe's face, man. So I'm actually gonna say the statement, and then the clip is gonna be the haymaker. And I'm gonna ask the chat, and I'm gonna ask everybody. And I'm going to say the statement. You're going to react. What's real, what's not. J.J. McCarthy will be a top 10 pick. J.J. McCarthy will be a top 10 pick. Is that real or is it not?
You know what? I mean, we all know how I feel about J.J. McCarthy, man. I just feel where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I think somebody will want to take. We talked about this previously, right? I think we were on a show with Marcus Johnson from Tape Don't Lie. He's like NFL owners or NFL front offices that like, man, but he's a winner. He's a winner, and that will be their justification for taking him. So I don't think he's worthy of a first round pick, to be honest with you, but I think he will end up being a top 10 pick.
So I'm going to go ahead and play this recent clip of Tiki Barber pretty much on a rant about J.J. McCarthy. So I'm going to let y'all listen up to this short clip.
J.J. McCarthy thing, I'm tired of hearing it. Stop with the J.J. McCarthy thing. I'm tired. He's not – his film doesn't say he's a first-round quarterback. His film doesn't say, I need to get rid of all my assets and go draft this guy, because a lot of what he does doesn't translate. The scheme that he ran at Michigan, and maybe this is just an indictment on the scheme and not necessarily on him, but it didn't highlight the things that you need to do, second, third level reads and, multiple, combo routes that you have to get correct. He didn't do any of that stuff. They were run-based. And he thrived in it because he was good at asking what Jim Harbaugh wanted him to do. So the J.J. McCarthy thing to me is the smokescreen, right? He's getting inflated because Jim Harbaugh won't stop talking about him. and now all of a sudden he's a top 4 quarterback. I don't buy it.
If he's at
just
6,
fallen. He's just fallen.
If
It's
he's
not
at
happening.
6, you don't
I'm
want
just
him.
saying it's not happening.
You don't want him.
I don't want him.
Okay.
It's not happening.
Yeah, man, this dude Tiki Barber, like, man, he went to work,
really
man.
feel, Tiki.
That's how he really feels. But yeah, I see what he's saying. I think that's a lot of the criticism with JJ McCarthy is the fact that, like, he played in a run heavy offense, and like you didn't really get to see like him kind of showcase his so-called arm talent or his athletic ability. You would think that maybe at some point Jim Harbaugh, within 2 years that he coached him, or the time where he coached him, you would think that maybe he would have opened up the offense a little bit for JJ, but he didn't do that. He just stuck to the same run heavy offense. And you know what? Can you blame them? They won. They won. They won a national title that way. Now, is he a top 10 pick? I think it's real. I think teams are right now, they're desperate. They're desperate to get a quarterback. And this JJ, like, yeah, last year Will Levis was the guy that, like, people thought, like, okay, he's one of those quarterbacks, and he dropped all the way to the second round. But it just feels like the JJ one is like, at first I was like, yeah, it could be smoke. But now it's just like, at this point, like, this late in the offseason, like, I think as someone's going to take him in the top 10. I think someone's going to take that risk. Someone's going to be like, you know, like, what did shout out to Marcus from Tape Don't Lie. He pointed this out before. He's a winner. Someone's going to say that, man. Someone's going to be like, he's a winner. He got an arm. He's athletic. He has tools that we can work with, and he's a winner. So, and I think teams are desperate enough, like a Vikings, like a Broncos, and you know, I don't want to say the Raiders because I ain't trying to jinx us. I'm just gonna stick to those teams, Broncos and the Vikings, because they pick ahead of us. So hopefully they take that chance on them. But yeah, man, what were your thoughts on Tiki Barber's rant?
Yeah, man, Tiki Barber came out guns blazing. You can say that Tiki torched JJ McCarthy. Oh, I'm here all week. But nah, man, I'm not a fan of JJ McCarthy, as you guys know. I just don't think the guy is it, man. I just don't think he's. If you're that good at the college level, even if you have a dominant run game, you know, if for nothing else, then to have the ability to showcase what your quarterback can do, you're going to allow your quarterback to open it up. Mm-hmm. And Jim Harbaugh never did that. And I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist here, right? The Chargers are picking at where? They're picking at 5, right? There are 3 consensus quarterbacks that everybody say is going to be top 5 picks, right? It's Caleb Williams, it's Drake May, unless you're Chris Sims, you know, he doesn't think you should be. And then it's and Jaden Daniels. Those are the 3 guys in whatever order. Those are guys going to likely go 1, 2, and 3. But if the Chargers want another weapon to fall to them at 5, they will be incentivized to speak up another quarterback to be drafted at number 4. Who was the coach of the Chargers? Jim Harbaugh. Who did Jim Harbaugh coach at Michigan? JJ McCarthy. So he may know good and well, like, you know, this dude ain't it. This dude ain't ready. In fact, he was so not ready that in the national championship game, even though he won the game, he was outplayed by Michael Penix. He threw for 154 yards in a national championship game and won, right? Is that a guy that, you know, like when all the chips are on or pushed to the middle of the table, the guy that's supposed to be a top 5 pick threw for 154 yards against a pretty, you know, mediocre defense. So I don't have any belief in JJ McCarthy as that guy. And I don't think Jim Harbaugh does either, but I think he's saying all the right things. And I think there's some strategy there.
And to be honest with you, if Jim Harbaugh really believed in JJ McCarthy like that, you know, he can make some moves and rebuild this team as he sees fit by trading away Justin Herbert, which I don't think they should do, but trading away Justin Herbert, accumulating all types of draft picks. You get your JJ McCarthy, who you feel like is the best quarterback in Michigan history, best quarterback in the draft. He's going number 1, you know, saying all this stuff about him. Then, hey, put your money where your mouth is, man. Hey, look, at the end of the day, like if there's a good chance JJ might be there at number 5. You could draft your guy, trade away Justin Herbert, trade away from the AFC West, man. If that's your guy, then go ahead and do it. But I do agree. I think he's kind of like he's being strategic, and he knows that when quarterbacks go early, that means other positions open up. You tend to get the best player in the draft, and best non-quarterback in the draft. When you start talking about, oh yeah, the quarterbacks in this draft are talented, and you're going to say all the right things, so other teams could get hyped up and get that quarterback. So, you know, it is what it is, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. This has been a great show. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to clock in and hit that like button. If you're on your way out, make sure to clock out and hit that like button if you haven't already, and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell on both our channels, because we're going live on both our channels. You can see on the screen the Severe Raider, obviously on my channel, PharoahNFL. Man, we appreciate everybody coming through. We see everybody in the chat. Let's see. Man, Dodge Everything agrees with you. He says, I agree, Severe. Yeah, Ray Dog, I know they're not. I know they're not drafting Herbert or trading Herbert. My point is that, like, you know, hey, look, actions speak louder than words, right? If you feel like he's the best guy out there, guess what? You get a really talented guy you feel like is the best quarterback out there, as well as on a rookie deal, because Herbert just signed his contract extension not too long ago. So it's going to be really tough to build a team around him, because now they're going to have to, like, really draft well, and get guys on cheap contracts, because you got a quarterback that's getting paid all that money. But, you know, it is what it is. They're not going to do that because, you know, obviously I do think Jim is kind of like, he's putting a little too much on it. He coached that guy. He's trying to hype him up. I think he looks at it as a win-win. I hype you up. You get drafted somewhere else high. And at the same time, I get the player that I want. That's what he's doing.
Yep. Nah, man, facts. I agree. I agree, man. And like you were saying, if he really had that much belief in him being, like, he was talking about he's going to be the next superstar and all this stuff, then yeah, man, you got, like, how many first round picks could you get for a guy like Justin Herbert? If JJ McCarthy is going to be that guy, well, then just trade the quarterback you have now and trade that onerous contract that you have on your books right now. Save yourself like $30 million a year difference, and just get JJ McCarthy, who's younger, and build a team around him, since he's going to be that good. I don't think Jim Harbaugh buys what Jim Harbaugh is telling. So, you know, I don't think JJ McCarthy is that guy.
Man, my guy, Raider Smoke 89, man. Come through with another super chat. He says, what if we get Penix and draft up and get Odunze? I don't know. I would like that, bro. I don't like that. Yeah. The Penix, I wouldn't be mad at. The Odunze, I like him as a receiver, but I feel like it's just like, it's kind of redundant. Like we got a couple of Odunzes on the roster. Yeah. Maybe an older version of Odunze, maybe Devonte Adams. We got Devonte Adams here. We got Jacoby Myers, meaning that we got guys that you know are not necessarily fast, but they can get open. They can attack the ball in the air. I think we need more speed at receiver, but I still wouldn't even take a receiver in the first round when we need a corner, we need an offensive tackle. Like, those are the positions where I'm like, ooh, if the Raiders do that, I'll be like, ooh, man, the Raiders are willing and dealing right now. But receiver, bro, that's for sure a Josh McDaniels move. I'll tell you that. Josh McDaniels for sure would do that move.
Odunze is going at 9. I think Odunze going if everything stays the same, Odunze probably goes at 9 to the Bears. Yeah, they get Caleb at 1 or Jake Daniels at 1. Remember, you heard it here first. But they get Wilkins at 1, and then they go after receiver. They have a speed guy in DJ Moore, so they need a possession guy. So I think that kind of fits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hot to Mike.
That'd be crazy.
Say it again.
And I said that would be crazy if somehow that happened. Oh, bro, that'd be crazy. That would be insane.
No, facts. Yeah, yeah. And Yaya says, I predict a losing season for the Chargers. Whoo! If I have my stuff in front of me, man, you already know that's shots fired right there. And I hope they do. But it's possible because when you get a new coach coming in there, he's gonna want to blow it up or want it. It's kind of hard to say because Jim Harbaugh has gone everywhere he's gone, he's won.
Yeah,
But
fact.
coming into the Chargers, he might have to he already traded away Keenan Allen, got rid of some players. They might take a step back, man. They're in a tough division, man. They're in a tough division, and the Raiders own the Chargers right now. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna talk my mess. But look, man, make sure. Hey, look, we got, man. I'm trying to put some people on the screen real quick. I'm having issues for some reason. Raiders Rebel right here. Look, he says, I don't want to drive JJ McCarthy. I don't want to draft JJ McCarthy early. I'm just saying the kid's going to go in the top 10 and AP really likes him. And if we did draft him, he would sit for at least 2 years. Does he though? Does he like McCarthy though? I don't know. And to be honest with you, I think Telesco is going to be the guy that's going to be drafting the QB, not AP. He's going to have the final say. That's what nobody's talking about. Like, everybody's thinking that, AP is going to want to get his guy. But AP is a guy, was a linebacker coach last year who just became a head coach. And the Raiders know that he's inexperienced, and they hired an experienced GM, which tells me that a guy like Telesco is probably going to have a little bit more say in who gets drafted. And, he's obviously going to talk to the coaching staff, but I think Telesco is going to have a bigger say in who the Raiders draft at quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that the way Penix throws the ball and the receivers and the weapons that we have and the his ability to throw the fade and to throw the back shoulder, I think that's hand in glove with both Devonte and Jacoby and as well with Mayer. So I think that his skill set is just a perfect fit. I think that the guys we want go early. I think Caleb goes 1. I think Jaden goes 2. I think Drake May goes in the top 5. I think JJ McCarthy. I mean, it might go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a possibility we see quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, 4. If that happens, we could be in a situation where we have to trade up for Michael Penix, which would hurt.
Yeah. My guy Walt in the building, he says, I have Minnesota trading to number 4. It just makes sense. Yeah, I mean, they got an extra first round pick. So you can that's an easy one to predict. Like, Minnesota is going to trade up because they got an extra first round pick and they're going to want to get their quarterback of the future. I mean, look at the team that they have right now. It's kind of a great situation for a quarterback to go in. You got Justin Jefferson, who you can probably argue maybe overtook Devonte Adams as the best receiver in the game. He's a younger, more, he's obviously in his prime. And a dude is just production machine. So you got him, you got the receiver I think they got out of USC last year.
Yes.
I believe really talented receiver. So then
Addison.
Jordan Addison, who's a really talented receiver. And then you got Kevin O'Connell, probably one of the best play callers in the league. I wouldn't say he's a Kyle Shanahan or a Sean McVay, but he comes from that tree. I think he's come from the Sean McVay tree, and he does pretty well at developing that quarterback position. And he's probably going to want his guy. For a while now, it was Kirk Cousins. Now it's time. I guess he definitely wants to get a quarterback that he can groom. And man, again, one more time, man, my guy Raiders 489. With the Raiders meeting with later round, I think you said this earlier.
Yeah, there's one. It's another one.
Let me see. My thing is tripping, so let me 1 second. I think you said that earlier, Raiders Smoke. Let me see.
But shout out to my guy Walt. I think Walt said he had us taking Michael Penix at 13.
Right here. So right here. There we go. We gonna run it back. Raiders Smoke 89 says, can you imagine MP throwing a DA with the... That's what I'm saying. And I seen someone the other day, and we're probably going to address it on on the show next week with Big Mike, because we do have and make sure to check that out. We're gonna be dropping an episode with me, Severe, and Big Mike. And one of the things that we do on that show is we're gonna be looking at the comments and we're gonna address the comments. And but yeah, man, I don't even want to say it because I want to save that conversation. But it was something. It was something about Michael Penix.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. We'll save that, man. I don't want to keep y'all. I feel like Rondo right now, man. If you know, you know. Run.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. My guy Rajan, man. My guy
Rajan. I feel like my guy Rajan. That's an inside, y'all. That's an inside. But yeah, man. Hey, look, man. It's been a great show. Like I said,
man, let's hit him one more time, Pharaoh.
Yeah, yes, sir. So look, I was gonna go ahead and do that as well. Hold on one second. Let me put this on the screen. So look, we are going to be in Vegas, man. It's gonna be a live football draft party at the Ahern Hotel. As you see it on the screen, free giveaways, VIP packages, drinking food specials, and look, it's gonna be free admission with free parking. The space is limited. You got to make sure you got to be there as soon as you can, and as well as RSVP on Eventbrite, so you'll be able to find this on there as well. It's going to be in Vegas, April 25th and 26th, and the doors actually open at 3. So we know the draft starts at 5, but the doors open at 3 p.m. It's going to be at the Ahern Hotel. It's going to be me, Severe, and obviously Real Talk Raider Nation, who helped bring this to our attention, as well as John from Ahern, man. Salute to them. And I'm gonna, I'm just gonna go ahead and just show them. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and show them a sneak preview. We were showing this all show, man. It's a pretty dope spot, man. If y'all want to take a look at it real quick, let's see here. It's gonna be at the Ahern Hotel, man. As you can see, man, it's gonna be a dope spot. TVs everywhere, lounge area. It's gonna be a fun event, man. It's gonna be dope, man, because we always get together every Monday and we talk football. But it'll be dope if you guys can make it out to Vegas and have a good time, man. Like I said, it's a free event. We're gonna have a good time. Imagine being here and the Raiders trade up to number 3 to draft Jaden Daniels, man. This is gonna go crazy. We're gonna be going crazy live at the Ahern Hotel, man.
Crazy. And for all the night crew members that aren't able to make it out to Vegas, we want as many of you guys out there as we can get out there. But I know some people, it's cost prohibitive. It is a little bit last minute, man. So of course we'll be going live for y'all, man. So we gotta talk to our people, man. We gotta talk to our people. But everybody that can make it, man, I highly suggest you guys making it out there, man, because you already know, man. You already know how we do it, man. We are gonna make it a grand event. So make sure you guys show up. Make sure you guys RSVP, hold your spots, and we'll see y'all there.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in. If you're on your way out, clock out. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, man, salute to the night crew, man. We appreciate everybody coming through because y'all the night crew. We go live every Monday night, so y'all the night crew. So make sure to support us so we keep coming back, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so we keep coming back, man. We appreciate the support, man. We are real excited. Hey, man, we're going to be in Vegas, man. We're going to be in Vegas. Any last thoughts for Raider Nation?
Yes, sir, man. I know my guy, Raider Smoke, I think he left us with a parting gift, man. Got one more super chat right there.
Oh, man, my God. Appreciate that, man. I almost totally forgot. I totally forgot right here. How can I forget? My guy Raider Smoke 89, man, on the way out, man. I'm gonna just say this. If you want to be average, we can't go into another year with AOC. I love Raider Nation, but y'all tripping. I agree.
Man, I agree.
This is nothing but
that was us. Them shots fired at the chat. They mad at us.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't know what can AOC do? Maybe lose some weight, possibly, and maybe, try to see if he can find ways to use his legs at times, because there's going to be times where, no one's going to be open. What is he going to do? That's the major weakness, is like, what is he going to do when no one's open?
Yes.
It's tough, man, in today's NFL, man. The defense is super athletic. You need a guy that can run around and buy some time. And it's not just about running. Like, we just don't want a running quarterback. We want a quarterback that can actually buy some time, be accurate with the football, read it deep. You got to have everything.
Yeah.
You got to have everything. In today's NFL, you have to have everything, bro. Look at Patrick Mahomes, man. Look, the guy is a monster, man. He's in our divisions, and the Raiders got to do something. They got to add something to that position to compete, in my opinion, as well as make a talented team, build a talented roster. You're just gonna have to do it, man. But man, Raiders smoke, man. You've been supporting all day, every day, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Hey, if you could come through to Vegas, man, that'd be dope, man. I know you mentioned that if we'll do an event in the Bay Area, but if you could come through to Vegas on the 25th to 26th, we'll be there, man. So just make sure to come through, man. And let us know, man. Like, because obviously we see people in the chat. There's no pictures to everybody in the chat, so just make sure to introduce yourself. Hey, I'm Raider Smoke. Hey, Daniel Kim. I already know Daniel Kim. Salute Daniel Kim. But Daniel Kim pulls up and says, I'm Daniel Kim. Oh yeah, I already know who it is. But yeah, like I said, man, like, just, hey, it's gonna be a fun event. But hey, look, we're gonna be dropping an episode later this week with Big Mike, obviously Severe, and we'll get into that. So be on the lookout for that. And we appreciate everybody coming through, man. And like I said, on the way out, make sure to hit that, you know what I mean? Hit that like button, clock in. And if you're on your way out, clock out. And subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, man. We're going live on both channels, so make sure to do both channels, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Let me should I give them the reminder? Nah, you know what? It's a little too late. Too late for that, man. Let me go ahead, man.
Shout out to the night crew, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the night crew, man. Till next time. Peace. Let's see. Oh, damn.
You use AOC with this one, brother. You AOC trying to get out the pocket with this one. Ain't no comment. You got sacked.
Damn, this shit's tripping. I can't even end this shit on style. Like, come on.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.